Welcome everyone to the Hougang Stadium for this AIA Singapore Premier League encounter. We are into round 13 as Hougang United, the Cheetahs, take on Tampines Rovers, the Stags, and both these teams kind of out of form at the minute and will look to kind of rebound in this particular fixture. Hougang United have lost their last two matches and Clement Teo will want his side to rebound. For Tampines Rovers, they have drawn 3 of the last 4. In fact, those 3 draws, the only draws that Tampines Rovers have had this season, and that has really impacted the title race for the Stags and has really impacted the table, has really brought Albrechts Niigata back into this. In fact, Albrechts Niigata leading the way. Top of the table, 10 games played, 23 points. Tampines Rovers in second place with 21. We can't discount the Lion City Sailors just as yet, but they are 6 points behind Albrechts Niigata with 4 matches to play and 4 matches around the grounds in Singapore today. So how this will pan out at the end of the night will be very, very interesting for the title race, for the race for AFC Champions League football, and for the race for AFC Cup football as well. So as I said, both teams out of form at the minute, and for Clement Teo and Gavin Lee, they will hope to get the all-important 3 points today.
All right, folks, joining us is Clement Teo. Clement, Zachary Anderson and Charlie Mitchell will both be leaving Hougang United. Could you share some light on their departure?
As far as we are concerned, their contract expires on 30th November, and they have decided. We have spoken about this before once the fixtures were out. And they have decided not to extend their contract, which I fully understand. And they too understand my position in a sense whereby I need to prepare my team at some point of the season where they will not play a part. So this has been spoken to them even before the league resumed against Tampines Rovers, which we played in our first game.
And you're coming off back-to-back losses against Lion City Sailors and Geylang United respectively. How do you lift the players' spirits when things aren't going your way?
Look, winning and losing is part and parcel of the game. We need to give them a lot of encouragement. We need to motivate them individually, as a group, and of course naturally as a team. There will be losses, there will be winnings, and we have actually spoken to them, and they are quite motivated in the trainings that we have done ever since our loss against Geylang.
Well, that's great to know. And your opponents today, the Tampines, they need to win in order to stay in the hunt for the title. And Jordan Webb will be missing from the Tampines lineup today after he picked up a red card. How do you plan on approaching today's game?
As far as we are concerned, Tampines is still a force in the league. They're a very good side, a very well-drilled side. Gavin has done a great job. And of course we will do what we can, especially while we defend, and of course we will also not only defend for the whole 90 minutes but to give them a run for the money, and of course we will try to win as well, and it puts us in a very unique situation whereby both clubs are not doing that well. And it's going to be an interesting game. Yeah.
Joining us today is Gavin Lee. Gavin, your side faced a little setback last week against Tanjong Pagar in the quest for the title. You also lost the home leg against Hougang 2-1. How differently are you approaching today's game?
I think as a club we have a set of principles and we have our identity, and we're not going to change that. We're just going to find better solutions within us to solve the problem on hand.
And assistant coach Mustafik Faruddin is back training the team after serving a 14-day quarantine. Has the team missed his presence?
Yeah, definitely. Everybody missed Farah in the club, and it's definitely nice to have him back, and I'm sure he'll bring some good luck with us as well.
Jordan Webb will be missing from the side today after picking up a red card against Tanjong Pagar. Who do you see coming to the side to fill the gap that is left?
Yeah, definitely losing Joe is a big loss for us. But we have players capable of filling his shoes, and we have to think about different solutions maybe. But we're more than confident in heading into this game.
One last one. Tampines have thrown away winning positions in 3 of their last 4 games. How do you stop this from happening in future games?
Yeah, no, this is a team effort. Although we have made individual mistakes, but we have to support each other as a team, and only as a team we can come out of this as a stronger team in a sense.
Well, all the best for today's game.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, so all eyes will be on Gavin Lee and his Tampines Rovers side as they look to rebound after that shock draw against Tanjong Pagar United. And of course, with the loss of Jordan Webb, who will come away very disappointed, and he did post on social media an apology to the club and to the club supporters for that red card that he received against Tanjong Pagar United, and he will serve the first of his 2-match suspension in this match against Hougang United, and he will miss, and most importantly, the next match, which could be the big title decider away at Jurong East Stadium against Albirex Niigata. But let's not look too far ahead. Look towards the match that's in progress very, very shortly as the officials slowly make their way onto the pitch. Hougang United taking on Tampines Rovers from Hougang Stadium. And the match is really coming thick and fast. And both teams having the need to rotate for various reasons. Injuries, suspensions. And for Hougang United, 2 players who were really, really key in the season so far for them, unavailable as they are out of contract. Here is Nathan Chan, the referee, assisted by J. Ashok Raj and Shafiq Jufri. Fahad Mohammed will be the 4th official today. Hougang United will make their way onto the pitch first, led by the captain for the day, Fabian Kwok. And no Zach Anderson and no Charlie Mitchell for the Cheetahs. They are out of contract. They will play no further part this season for the Cheetahs. That will be a big blow for them, especially with the Cheetahs also missing Sahil and Nofal. So players out for Clementio, and he's needed to reshuffle the pack. But luckily for him, Shaul Anwar is fit and firing. 3 goals this season, 1 assist, and he is the main man up front for Hougang United, and he will be looking to get the goals against Tampines Rovers. And here come the Stags, led by Yasser Hanapi, leading the way for Tampines Rovers. They have changed things around as well. They have rested a few key players with Daniel Bennett on the bench. So is Amirul Ali. In comes Baihaki Kaizan, and a big opportunity for a youngster, Danish Siriga, his first start for the season. And what a match to come into, and a must-win. It has to be said, this is a must-win game for Tampines Rovers. They have dropped enough points up to this point, and if they are to compete and bring this to the wire, to the very final day for the title race against Albirex Niigata, 3 points is a must today against Hougang United. Make no mistake about it, with no Webb or with Jordan Webb, Tampines Rovers need to do the business. Hougang United, all smiles, but they themselves coming into this on a poor run of form, 2 defeats in their last 2 matches. Alright, so let's have a look at the all-important team news, starting with the home side, Hougang United. And it has been a back three, including Zach Anderson in that back three. Now that he is no longer part of the club, there is a thinking that they might change back to a back 4 here. Hougang United, Anders Aplin and Lionel Tan at the centre back, Hafiz Sujat and Nazrul Nazari at left back and right back. Shafiq Ghani, Fahan Zulkifli and Shaul Anwar tasked to get the goals for the Cheetahs. For Tampines Rovers, well, the big miss is of course Jordan Webb with 7 goals this season. He is suspended for 2 matches. In comes number 56, his first start for the season for Tampines Rovers, Danish Siriga. What a big match this is for him to come into. Otherwise, Boris Kopitovic with 6 goals and 1 assist, and Yasser Hanafi, veterans for Tampines Rovers, and they will look to get the goals for Kevin Lee and to ease the pressure for Tampines Rovers as they look to put a title charge back on track in this match. Clementio has cut a very philosophical figure, and his pre-match interview said as much. Very calm and collected, as you can tell there. Unmoved Clementio, but he would want a response from his side. They, of course, qualified for the AFC Cup this season after their performances from last season, and he said if they don't achieve what they achieved last season, then it would be considered a failure. Well, it looks to be very, very tough for them to get to the heights of last season, but perhaps AFC Cup football could be the saviour for them, and they will look to put the pressure on Geylang International, who sit in that final AFC Cup spot. 4th place does look to be good enough for AFC Cup football this season. Kevin Lee, always in the hot seat, always under pressure, especially if you are taking charge of a club like Tampines Rovers, but especially having dropped points in 3 of the last 4 matches. In fact, they are unbeaten in their last 5. Tampines Rovers, one of the better performing sides in terms of form, but they just have not converted those draws into wins. In fact, taking the lead in most of those matches as well. Tampines Rovers in their change kit of silver will kick us off, attacking from left to right. Hougang United in their orange and black strip. Kick-off 7:45 p.m. local time here in Singapore. Hope you will enjoy the action if you're watching this from anywhere in the world. And Tampines Rovers looking to get all-important 3 points. We do have news that the match between Albrechts Niigata and the Young Lions will have a delayed kickoff, with the lightning warning system in effect at Jurong East. This ball to Shazwan. Sloppy start from the Stags. The Hougang Stadium pitch a bit slow in terms of the flow of the ball, so players will need to get used to the pitch. Here's everyone Shah. Shahiran. This player getting a touch of the ball early on. Big shoes to fill for Danish, taking the position of Jordan Webb. They do love to place their faith in youth. Of course, Tampines Rovers, despite having all the star players, they're not afraid to push the youngsters into the fold. That's the trust that Gavin Lee has, of course, with his side. Mehmedovic in possession. Into the space for Kupitovic. It's Madu Mohana. Hougang United sitting back. Mehmedovic looking for the run of Kupitovic. Well read by Tan, but picked up here by Yase. Just with a foot in is Hafiz Sujat. It's going to be a Madu Mohana header, easy enough for him. A physical mismatch between him and Farhan Zulkifli. Yeah, big miss for Hougang United. If you missed the news, just earlier today it's announced that Charlie Mitchell and Zach Anderson, mainstays in the Hougang United side, will not extend their contract for the rest of the season. So they're out of contract. Obviously, it's something that has been agreed pre-COVID. And for one reason or another, they have not decided to extend their stay until the end of the season with Hougang United. So the Cheetahs for the next 4 matches will be handicapped by that fact. Just a hand away there by Afiq Noor. Gives away the free kick to Tampines. And they take it short. Long surging ball, looking for Mehmedovic, who's gone into an advanced position. Ball down the line, looking for Farhan. It's easy for Baihaki. Yasir will go all the way back to Shazwan. Hougang United not pressing that high up, just fighting the pressure. Almost a similar tactic to what they did earlier in the season, as Farhan Zulkifli wins possession and does well to retain it as well under pressure. That's fantastic play by the youngster. Then Shafiq Ghani. Shawal makes the run. Oh, that high ball into the area, well dealt with by Baihaki Kaizan. Nakamura picks up the loose ball. Former Albrechts Niigata captain. Title race against his former club. Ball out wide. Here's Irwan Shah with some space and time to bring this forward. Danish will run at the defense. Plays in Mehmedovic. They take their time to build up here, Tampines Rovers. by Haki. As Gavin Lee rotates his side. And has the luxury of resting Daniel Bennett. Ryan Sanizal to Kopitovic. Clipped there by Anders Aplin. He's gone down in a lot of pain there, Kopitovic. He's come back up. He wanted the foul there. Watch out for that battle between Aplin and Kopitovic. Shah to Irwan. Shah Shahiran. One of the first names on the team sheet for Gavin Lee. Oh, that's a good turn. They try to work their way around the area, but Hougang United put a wall in front of them. They look to break. Earlier in the season at OTH, Hougang United did beat Tampines Rovers by 2-1. And in fact, the Cheetahs took a 2-0 lead. Good value for that victory. A lot has changed since that match. It happened just at the start of the restart of the AIA Singapore Premier League. Haki's long ball, searching for Irwan, who gets the better of his opponent, gets the ball into the area, only had Kopitovic to aim for. Smart play by Irwan Shah to win possession back. A floated ball, didn't really have too many options. And just couldn't find tall, lanky Boris Kopitovic. He puts the pressure on Ridwan here. Aplin. Singapore International will just run this one out. Accepted by Ryan Sanizal. Nikesh to Farhan. Hafiz Sujat. The battle with Ryan Sanizal. Feels the contact, goes down, wins the free kick for Hougang United. Ryan Sanizal caught the wrong side of Hafiz Sujat in that situation, and he felt the contact, Hafiz Sujat, and that was enough for him to go down. Ryan Sanizal, the wrong side of Hafiz, just clipped him on the heel, and a set-piece opportunity for the Cheetahs to be taken by Shafiq Ghani. It's been a disappointing season for Shafiq. No goals to speak of. He will deliver. Aplin is in the area, so is Tan. Delivery needs to be spot on. It's a dangerous ball in. Shah's one half clears it, still alive, claims it at the second attempt. But delicious delivery there by Shafiq Ghani. Just no one really putting a foot or a head onto it. Nikesh was trying to get on the end of it, just didn't get any purchase. The first real opportunity of the match goes to Hougang United, the home side. As mentioned, both sides just lacking form at the moment. So they will just take the result here, never mind the performance. Kopitovic links up here with Ryan Sanizal. Yase goes down off the ball. The battle between him and Fabian Kok, two former Geylang international players, up against each other, teammates once upon a time. We'll try and give you updates from all four matches when we do get any information, as that ball searches for Kopitovic. Tan, aware of the danger. That's a good outlet for Hafiz Sujat to release the pace of Farhan Zulkifli. Well read there by Shah Shahiran. He's grown his stature season on season. Great debut season last year, and has kept up that level of performance for Gavin Lee. And it's always difficult for a youngster to maintain a level of performance for the second season. Almost always they do not reach the same standards that they had in the first season when it was a breakthrough and no real pressure on them. Shah has kept up that level and has done well. This is by Haki. Yase comes deep to collect. Tries to escape. Nikesh. Ryan. Yase. Nakamura wants the pass from Madhu. Yase in the thick of it. Looks for Shah. Hafiz Sujat. An important foot in. Fabian to Afiq. Now a chance to get Nazrul involved. Shawal, that's sharp ahead of Bahaki Kaiser, and here's the pace. The blistering pace of Shawal Anwar into the area. Gets across, he's looking for Farhan. Just too much on the cross, still alive. Shafiq Ghani will take on Ryan. Good passage of play here by the Cheetahs. Nikesh to Hafiz Sujad. Nikesh can deliver. Will play to Shafiq, who plays in Hafiz, gets the cross in. Bahaki gets a foot away. Pressure still on for Hougang United. It's a good ball out by Fabian to Nazrul. Taking on Danish. Nazrul's cross, a low one. Bahaki, no nonsense, gets it away. In fact, could be a good assist here for Kopitovic, who will get ahead here of Lionel Tan. Kopitovic up against Aplin. 2v1. He's waiting for support. And tries to play in Mehmedovic. Zeradin Mehmedovic. Well, good hold-up play there by Kopitovic. Had no real support and had to wait for Mehmedovic to come in and help him out. But end-to-end action at the start of this match here at Hougang Stadium. The ball finds Farhan, who can face up here. Farhan Zulkifli goes for the spectacular Shazwan way off his line. A worth an opportunity there by Farhan Zulkifli, and you have to say, for all the possession that Tampines Rovers have had, Hougang United look very sharp in the attack. Farhan Zulkifli, sure, pretty much one of the contenders for young player of the season. Introduced himself really well last year. More responsibility this season. Bahaki, they try to work it out here to the left, to Danish. Will keep this in play. Just knocks it off. Nazrul Nazari, forward throw to the Stags. Here's Danish. He's only had a taste as a substitute this season for Tampines Rovers. A big opportunity for him to start here in the thick of a title race. Nakamura fires it to Kopitovic with the layoff. Yasir tried to play him back in, just too much meat on the pass. A foul there by Erwan Shah on Afiq Noor. Referee Nathan Chan gives the free kick to Hougang United. Here's Aplin. Just confirmation that Hougang United have gone to a back four. They have to change it a little bit around with the absence of Zach Anderson. Was a tower in defense for Hougang United. He will be a miss, no doubt. Tan. Keeping possession at the moment is Fabian. 1-2 with Afiq. Afiq asking for it again. It's Tan. Very congested in midfield. He plays it all the way back to Ridwan. Nikesh. Hafiz with the smart dummy. Strong challenge there by Madhu Mohana. No nonsense on Farhan. It's a good dummy by Hafiz. He saw the run that was being made by Farhan Zulkifli. Good football intelligence. Shafiq can't hold up play to put the pressure on Madhu Mohana. Mehmedovic keeps it in play, under pressure from Nikesh. It's enough pressure on Nikesh and Mehmedovic for Nathan Chan to call the foul. Bahaki. Plenty of possession by these two teams, trying to play their way in. This poor ball by Nakamura, careless in midfield, is very unlike him. Helped out by his teammate in Shahiran. Danish under pressure, does well to play it back to Bahaki. possession-based football by both sides. No real cutting threat on either end. Ryan's ball down the line will give Kopitovic something to chase, and this Applin does well to win it back, but then gives it away straight to Ryan Sanizal. And here's Nakamura with some time and space. The strike comes off Applin. Yase picks up the loose ball. We look to play in Mehmedovic. And cleared there by Nazrul. It's not the quickest tempo in the world, but when it does get around the penalty area, it just suddenly takes a turn for the better in terms of pace. Kopitovic having to work the channels. Ryan Sanizal trying to find him on that particular situation, and just getting a glimpse of how Tampines Rovers shape up here. Without Jordan Webb, who is the top scorer this season with 7 goals, also with good assist numbers as well. Farhan chase this down. Good calm play by Madhu. Shah's header only as far as Nikesh, who's playing almost exclusively down this left side. Given's ball is a good one to Nikesh, but that pass well read, telegraphed in fact, to Nakamura. And there's a couple of loose passes there by Kyoga Nakamura, not something you say too often. That's been a good couple of minutes from Nakamura, who's been very wasteful in possession. In a one shot so far in the match, that by Farhan Zulkifli. Still goalless around the grounds. We get to see the first goal this Wednesday. It's good play here by Yase. He's waited a long time to get his first start in the AIA Singapore Premier League. Carried the suspension from last season. Thanks to COVID, only had his first appearance after the restart. Mehmedovic. It's Madhu. Gavin Lee has said, trust the process. Kopitovic tries to turn Applin, who's manhandled to the ground. That's an obvious yellow card by Nathan Chan. And a smart play by Boris Kopitovic. Just tried to roll Anders Applin and did, and was just almost rugby tackle to the ground. No rugby sevens in Singapore this year, or at least not at the National Stadium. Well, that wouldn't have looked out of place. So set piece specialists, Mehmedovic and Nakamura. Take your pick, standing over this one. 4-man wall being set up by Ridwan Barudin. Mehmedovic, just the 1 goal this season. Nakamura has not scored for Tampines Rovers in the league. So looking for a moment of magic. Madhu Mohana acting as a nuisance, blocking off the eye line of Ridwan Barudin. It will be Nakamura! Well, chosen the right way. Ridwan Barudin saw it all the way. Well, it was the goalkeeper's side. There's a great ball out there by Ridwan. Here's Shawal, surrounded by Tampines Rovers shirts. Still in possession, Shawal Anwar. It's fantastic play. Fabian. Afiq Noor, can he get the cross in? Just delays it a little bit. Left-footed cross in to Shafiq. Hesitation in the penalty area. They want the penalty on Shawal. Shazwan coming out just in time. Just hesitation. Madhu heard the shout perhaps from Shazwan. It worked out in the end for Tampines. Nakamura. Ball down the left. Here is Irwan. Yase Clip ball. Cleared awkwardly there by Lionel Tan, helped out by Nazrul Nazari, who prevents the corner out for a throw to Tampines Rovers. Hiram will go all the way back here to Nakamura. Fired into Danish, who does well to control it. Sets up the cross here for Irwan Shah, left-footed. An easy claim for Ridwan. The cross is not really finding the target in Boris Kopitovic, the main target man for Tampines. David Kwok. There's a space here for Nazrul down the right. Afiq can have time to bring it out. Exchanges a 1-2 with Kwok. Tan. Aplin on the yellow. Walking a tightrope already early on in this match. Afiq changes the play. I was hoping for Nazrul to just stick by the touchline. Came in field, Nazrul, and that ball goes out of play. Bahaki to Madhu. Ryan, some space down the right. Keep the ball moving here, Tampines. Bahaki. Good pass to Yase. Surrounded by two. Hacked down there by Nikesh. Enough apology offered by Nikesh. Yase eventually takes it. Yeah, clear foul. Still 0-0 here at Hougang Stadium. Perhaps we shouldn't be surprised with both teams really struggling for form at the minute. And it hasn't really been an enthralling encounter. It's been a game of cat and mouse, very tactical, plenty of possession without really either team hurting the other. Madhu. Nakamura, they play it short, clips it into Kopitovic, surrounded there by two orange shirts. Hafiz Sujat gets the clearance away. And he's the obvious target, isn't he? Boris Kopitovic, the likeliest route to goal. Good strong defending in the end there by Hafiz Sujat. So you can see that Lionel Tan picking up Kopitovic at the set piece. Bahaki Kaizan battling away with Afiq. No, Bahaki gets the header. And Kopitovic puts Tampines Rovers 1-0 up. After 22 minutes, they didn't really deal with the set piece there at Hougang United. And you have to say, whoever was picking up Bahaki Kaizan, it was a physical mismatch. He got the touch on to Boris Kopitovic, who wasn't going to miss from that range. And let's go number 7 for the season for Boris Kopitovic. First blood, Tampines Rovers. And title race back on track as far as they are concerned. But have a look here, Afiq Noor picking up Bahaki Kaizan. Well, question marks has to be made there by the coaching staff of Hougang United. How Afiq Noor, not the biggest player in the world, is picking up perhaps the tallest player on the pitch in Bahaki Kaizan. I will never know. Good flick on in the end, and Kopitovic with the finishing touch. Excellent start, but they tried to respond here. Hafiz with a strike. A difficult angle. Madhu Mohana came sliding through to put the pressure on. He needed to rush his shot there, Hafiz Suja, but good play by Hougang United. Good response after going 1-0 down. A good setup play, unlucky there actually for Hafiz. Needed the power from that range to beat Shazwan, but yeah, didn't find the target. Well, I did say he is the main target man up front, Kopitovic. And he delivers. Ryan. Floats across it. It's a deep one. Might trouble Ridwan. I've seen strikes like that sneak into the top corner. Ridwan was not going to take any chance. So yet to kick off at Jurong East between Albrechts and Young Lions. So as it stands, Tampines Rovers, they go top of the table. Athlete's ball, trying to find the run of Farhan, was making a run behind Ryan. Is Irwan Shah. How does this change in terms of the way they set up here, Hougang United? They go more on the offensive now. Nakamura having to deal with a difficult ball, does well. Yase to Kapitovic, looking for number 2 perhaps. Yase takes it over. Ryan works some space to get across, plays it back to Yase. And Menedovic, dink ball to Yase in the penalty area. Yase's cross will be picked up here by Tan. Loose ball will be picked up as well by Shawal, who tries to play in Farhan, and the two speed merchants can't really link up. Nakamura in a much deeper role this season for Tampines Rovers. Madhu expecting the run by Ryan Sanizal, and referee Nathan Chan will take this opportunity to blow forward the water break. The first of 2 water breaks in this match. We'll have another one at the 70th minute mark, but 1-0 after 25 minutes between Hougang United and Tampines Rovers. Boris Kopitovic with the goal after 22 minutes. That's the only goal that we've had. And here, just have a look. Afiq Noor picking up by Haki Kaizan. I have to say, they have players like Anders Aplin there who would perhaps be favoured to compete in the air against Baihaki Kaizan. It's really unfair to expect Afiq Noor to add to anything in an aerial challenge like that with Baihaki and Kopitovic with the easiest of finishes. And perhaps Hougang United paying the price for a lack of Zach Anderson in defence. Oh, the perfect start for Tampines Rovers, not for Hougang United, who are staring a 3rd straight defeat. And to be fair, they have performed in the first 20 or so minutes. Have looked good in possession, but no killer instinct up front, and they paid a price for sloppy defending. And here is Afiq Noor. He will not look forward to picking up by Haki Kaizan in another set piece. Everyone does well to deal with an awkward ball. Shah. There's Danish. Take on his man here. Burst of pace. Well done by the youngster. Just can't find Mehmedovic. And that move just breaks down. Shawal. Here with Shawal. Pass easily read by Nakamura. And they go forward again here, Tampines. Mehmedovic with some space to tee up a shot. Good fake, Mehmedovic. A big chance here for Danish to get a goal. What a start that would have been for his Tampines Rovers career. So close. His first start this season for Tampines. And with a golden opportunity to make it 2-0. Just couldn't sort his feet out. Mehmedovic with a nice fake to set the space up, played in Danish, onto his right foot, and you have to say from that distance he needs to find the back of the net. A good setup play, good enterprising play, started by Danish. But on second look, he will feel disappointed he didn't hit the back of the net. Has grown into the game, Danish Suriga. Quiet in the first 15 minutes, but has seen more of the ball. And has the confidence now to take on his man. And perhaps that little water break, as we see that foul by Farhan on Nakamura, that water break almost acts like a timeout, has given the opportunity for Gavin Lee to just have a little word in the ear of Danish to tell him, just have confidence in your ability. And that's why you're in the starting 11. Shah to Irwan. Some space for the cross. Overcooked. And that will go out of play. Again, he's not one to show too much emotion. And he'll know there's a long way to go in this match. Plenty of football to be played. Only a third of the way through as we approach the half-hour mark. Fiebn has dropped deep to collect. Start possession. Time for a booming ball. Madu will have to deal with this, and he does. Only as far as Afiq Noor. Back to Afiq. Good positioning by Ryan Sanizal to get that header away. Ball down the line. Here's Kopitovic, who will take on Anders Aplin. Mehmedovic on the far post, and lack of communication between Danish and Yasir Hanapi is getting into each other's way. Kwok. Afiq Noor. Nikesh has come more in field. Looks for the change of play. Here's the pace of Farhan taking on by Haki. I had enough shots out the back in the end there. And a yellow card will come the way of Farhan Zulkifli, not just for that challenge, but for the challenges that happened before that. Just the totting up process of Nathan Chan. Late challenge on here, one shot. So Farhan, the second Hougang player to go into the book. Farhan did score, of course, against Tampines Rovers in that encounter at OTH earlier in the season. Kopitovic does well to hold up play once more. Reverse ball by Mehmedovic to Yasif. First time cross blocked by Hafiz Sujad. That's Clements, and how can he change things? He doesn't really have the strength and depth. It's been a season to forget for Hougang United. They haven't really replaced Stipe Plazibat as Mehmedovic swings his ball in. And interesting to see that Bahaki Kaizan picked up by Lionel Tan. And that set piece. Mehmedovic. Another cross in, looking for Madu Mohana with the header. Well, finds the top of the net. And Ridwan was happy to just leave that. A bit concerned at the bench of Hougang United with the ease that the headers are being met in the own penalty area by Tampines Rovers heads. No physical presence, and well, I'm sorry, I have to hark back to the miss of Zach Anderson, who is a real aerial presence, who usually pops up all the danger with aerial balls into the area. Perhaps missing that presence at the moment here. Madu wins it off Farhan. Shah. And they win back possession here, Tampines. Three shots on target by the Stag so far. Danesh sticking on one too many players. Setting prospect though for the Stags. the goals are coming in at Bishan Stadium. Ballistic Khalsa 1, Tanjung Pagar United 1. And no surprise if I tell you who the goal scorer for Tanjung Pagar United is. Luis Junior with yet another goal. Danish Weiss for Ballistic Khalsa. Still 0-0 at OTH between Geylang International and Line City Sailors. Shawal tried to make something happen there. Afiq controls it well. Out wide here to Nazrul Nazari. Afiq. They keep possession. They change it from right to left perhaps. Nikesh. All the way through to Hafiz Sujad. Skips past Ryan Sanizal. Hafiz Sujad's ball into the area, takes a nick. And it was a nick that was in the favour of Tampines Rovers as Shahzwan collects the ball. Hafiz, former Tampines Rovers player, of course. So always a special game for him to come up against his former employers. Ryan. Madhu. It's not been too difficult for Madhu and Baihaki at the back. Tan to Aplin. Under pressure by Kopitovic. Try and set Shawal Anwar away. Falls kindly to Shawal in that challenge between him and Madhu. But Madhu does well to win it back. Just a moment's hesitation there by Shawal, and Madhu caught the striker napping. Yassir's ball down the line again. It's Kopitovic up against Aplin. This time won by the Singapore international. That gives it right back here to Tampines. Nakamura just exchanging passes with Shah Shaira. No real pressure on Nakamura, almost like a training match. Yassir. Sloppy play there by Yassir Hanapi. Shawal's ball to Nikesh. Hafiz. Aplin. Aplin in possession. Kwok has so much time to pick a pass here. Nikesh. Spell of possession here by the Cheetahs. It's all in their own half. It's not really hurting Tampines. Movement ahead of Aplin as Farhan is looking for the pass. Ball picked up here. Nakamura. Still with Nakamura. Plenty of runners ahead of him. Finds the air one. Just tries to play in Danish. A good line in the end, and Ridwan was alert to the danger. Cash. Tan. Tampines happy to sit back here, inviting Hougang United forward. Box ball. Bahaki battling away with Farhan. The veteran gets ahead of the youngster. The ball given away by Danish. It's a tough pitch to play on, Hougang Stadium. Both teams just having some difficulty just playing free-flowing football. The switch of play there by Shafiq to Nazrul. Delays the cross. Just hits it off Irwan, and there will be a corner to Hougang United. So Shafiq Ghani will take responsibility for this. Up comes Tan. There's Kwok as well. So is Aplin, who's unmarked at the moment. Madu Mohana wise to his position. Shafiq's delivery and swinger near post. Headed away by Shah Shahiran. Shafiq will take the throw. Just waiting for support. Will come in the shape of Afiq Noor. Cross comes in. Madu, important header away. Afiq, well, the referee's flagging in favour of Tampines Rovers, and I was worried of the possibility that it might be in favour of Hougang United, and assistant referee flags that way in the penalty area. It's Shafiq Jufri on the far side. Five minutes to go before the teams take their half-time break. Kopitovic with the flick on. Danish didn't make the supporting run. This time. Aplin. Afiq. Again, possession in the past 10 minutes has been all Hougang United, but all their own half. Perhaps Tan and Aplin having the most touches on the ball. Nikesh. It's Farhan Zulkifli. Nazrul. Shafiq just loses out. And pulls back his man there. Lucky to escape without a yellow card. Yeah, well, just stopping the counter-attack, wasn't he? Shafiq Ghani. Merwan Shah was looking to release runners. Bahaki just calming down the situation, using all his years of experience, not forcing the issue. Shah battles away midfield, that's good play. Danish, Mehmedovic, look at the space down the right here for Ryan Sanizal. If Yasser decides to choose to find him, goes for goal. There's plenty of space down the right for Ryan. Plenty of space down the middle for Yasser Hanapi. It opened up nicely for the Tampines Rovers captain. Oh, they're working well down the left. Cross comes in. Yasser with a flick. Awkward touch there by Shafiq Ghani. Hougang still with possession. Tampines win it back through Yasser. Still with Yasser Hanapi. Cross comes in, looking for Kopitovic. A battle between him and Aplin, won by Aplin on that occasion. Yeah, decent ball in by Yasser, looking for Kopitovic. Aplin strong in a header. Well, just have a look. Once again, Afiq Noor is picking up by Haki Kaizan for some reason. And that's a physical mismatch once again. He's a head shorter than by Haki. Afiq Noor. Ball comes in, looking for Bai. Farhan's header. Shawal who completes the clearance, and here's Aplin up against Irwan Shah. Strong challenge by Aplin. Irwan is still injured, and they've got 2-on-1 here. Hougang United, Farhan On his right foot, Faiz Zulkifli goes for goal off Shah. Still alive. Shot comes in just wide of the post. Irwan Shah is down in a heap for Tampines Rovers. They asking where is the foul in that particular challenge, but so close for Hougang United in search of an equalizer. Oh, we'll first have to look at the challenge and then the chance. It was a crunching challenge, fair one it seemed to me, between Aplin and Irwan Shah. He made his way into the area. Farhan set himself onto the right foot, went for goal, came off Shah. Shawal on his left foot, then tried to curl it, but Shah's one just past the post. A good passage of play there by Hougang United, and never say die attitude of Anders Aplin. Well, I'm not sure what's happening at Bishan. It's 2-2 between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. Danish and Hoshino, who's ended a goal drought there, celebrating his new contract extension with Balestier Khalsa. Luis Jr. and Shodai Nishikawa, the goal scorers for Tanjong Pagar United. 2-2 there. We have 2 minutes of time to be added on here at Hougang Stadium. Long ball comes off the back of Kopitovic. Well, they haven't really dealt with that threat, Tan and Aplin. Oh, it's route one, isn't it, from Hougang United? But why not if you have the pace of Nazrul, of Farhan, Shawal. Mehmedovic does well to see off the tread there of Afiq Noor. Mohana. 40 seconds left of time added on. Just keep the ball at the moment here, Tampines. And this will do for them. 1-0 at the break. It's not been a classic by any stretch of the imagination, but it's been effective so far for Tampines Rovers. And at this point of the season, with tired legs, tired minds, with title on the line, all that matters is the result. Still no news from Jurong East Stadium as we await kickoff there with a delay due to the lightning warning system between Albrechts Niigata, league leaders, Albrechts Niigata and Young Lions. Find a chance here of the half. Shawal looks to play Farhan. Oh, nothing comes out of that move, and referee Nathan Chan brings an end to this first half. It's not been a classic, but more importantly for Tampines Rovers, they have the goal that separates the two sides here at the break. Off a corner, a flick by Haki Kaizan to find Boris Kopitovic at the far post with the easiest of finishes. That is the only goal of the game. Halftime here at Hougang Stadium. It's Hougang United 0, Tampines Rovers 1. Yeah, welcome back to the Hougang Stadium. Halftime score here, Hougang United 0, Tampines Rovers 1, and a Boris Kopitovic goal at the far post, separating the two sides here at Hougang Stadium. A must-win game for Tampines Rovers as they look to put the pressure on Albrecht Niigata at the top of the table. But it was a good start by Hougang United. Good ball in by Shafiq Ghani from the left. Didn't really deal with it in the first instance. Nikesh Singh trying to get a touch on it. Good swing of the left peg there by Shafiq Ghani. Nikesh just didn't get the purchase that he wanted and eventually dealt with by Shazwan Buhari. And Hougang United had the better of the initial part, especially looking at the pace there of Shawal Anwar, who brought by Haki Kaizan for a ride. Good center of the ball, just too much pace, looking for Farhan Zulkifli in the area. But this was the way they played here, using the wings, using the pace of their frontmen, Hougang United, but just lacking that target man up front to just add the finishing touches for the Cheetahs. Boris Kopitovic played a lone role up front, looking to play in Mehmedovic on this instance. Good hold-up play up against Lionel Tan, and Anders Zeppelin did seem difficult for him up against the two giants at the back, but was patient, held the ball up for Mehmedovic, who came in from deep, eventually challenged there by Nikesh Singh to win the ball back. Nakamura had a strike on goal, good free kick angle for the far post, but Ridwan Barudan saw it all the way through. Nakamura still yet to score this season for Tampines Rovers in the league, does have 3 assists to his name. Here is the talking points of the first half. Kopitovic with the goal at the far post, not the most glorious of finishes, but have a look at that. By Haki Kaizan up against Afiq Noor. Now the coaching staff have to take responsibility for that. How Afiq Noor, no blame attached to him at all, has to face up against Haki Kaizan in the physical battle, I will never know. 1-0 up to Tampines Rovers, and it almost made it 2-0 here. Danish Siriga grew into the game as the half grew on. Mehmedovic, good skill to set this one up. Onto his left foot, onto his right, has to finish, doesn't he? Danish Siriga, what a game, what a goal that would have been in his first start for Tampines Rovers. Decisive to get it onto his right foot, but from that angle, onto his right foot has to be Ridwan Barudan. Unlucky though, and good effort in the first half by Danish. Mehmedovic with another cross, and Madhu with another header, free for Tampines Rovers, and yeah, it has to be a worry. No Zach Anderson, as mentioned in commentary. And I know I have to beat that drum, but his physical presence at the back would have perhaps prevented several opportunities. Here's a chance for Hougang United. Strong in the challenge, first of all. Seemed fair to me at first glance by Anders Zeppelin, and won the ball back. Made an option up front. Farhan went for goal. The ball fall kindly here to Shawal Anwar onto his left foot. Tried to curl into the far post, but just beat the post as it did Shazwan Buhari, but just didn't find the back of the net. But good play there by Anders Zeppelin to win it back for Hougang United. Shawal, you would fancy his chances, and perhaps similar to Danish, should have finished from that angle. Well, stats will tell the story of the game. Hougang United, 4 shots, none on target. Tampines, 7 shots, 3 on target. 3 corners for the Stags, 1 for Hougang United. No offsides in this match, 2 yellow cards for Hougang United to Farhan and to Anders Zeppelin. Well, there are other games going around the city, and the biggest one in terms of goals is coming from Bishan Stadium. Who would have thunk it? Balestier Khalsa to Tanjong Pagar United to Danish Uwais at centre-back for Balestier Khalsa, and Shuhei Hoshino getting the goals for the Tigers, whereas for Tanjong Pagar United, Luis Junior with yet another goal, and Shodai Nishikawa. OTH still 0-0 between Geylang International and Lion City Sailors, and Geylang International can leapfrog Lion City Sailors with a win. And if Lion City Sailors don't win here, Stipe Plazibat, by the way, on the bench for the Sailors. If they don't win, then it's bye-bye title race for sure. It's yet to kick off between Albrecht Niigata and Young Lions. We do hear it will be an 8:45 p.m. kickoff at Jurong East between the league leaders and Young Lions. And we'll be very, very interested to see how the rain and how the delay impacts Albrecht Niigata for the second round running. Well, halftime score here at Hougang United favours Tampines Rovers, who, as it stands, are top of the table. Cheetahs 0, Stags 1. Yeah, we're still waiting for the arrival of the players back out on the pitch here at Hougang Stadium. Hougang United 0, Tampines Rovers 1 at the break. Just having a glimpse, perhaps, that Shazwan is making his way first onto the pitch. And here's the goal once again. Flick on by Haki Kaizan. Boris Kopitovic unmarked at the far post. Just got away from Lionel Tan, who didn't follow his man. But again, by Haki Kaizan winning the first battle with Afiq Noor. And you just wonder, should another player be on by Haki Kaizan on a set piece? He's only the biggest player on the pitch. Just a reminder of the stats and Hougang United for all the enterprising play in the first half, and they have had some good setup play down the wings, but just lacking a real finisher in the area, and 0 shots on target is a telling sign of that first half for the Cheetahs. Tampines doing okay, 7 shots, 3 on target with 3 corners as well. No offsides, no yellow cards on their end for Tampines Rovers, and no red cards, thankfully, in this match so far, but still Fahan Zulkifli and Anders Aplin have to walk a tightrope in the second half, of both players on a yellow card. And there's Shazwan and Madhu making their way onto the pitch. Interesting to see if Clement Teo is going to make any change at the halftime break. He was speaking for a very long time with M. Anumantan, Singapore International M. Anumantan, and I'm just wondering if there is going to be a change. And Tampines Rovers perhaps also angling themselves for a change at the break. We'll get confirmation of that, but William Pang, the team manager for the Tampines Rovers, just having a word with Farhad Muhammad in making a change. So we do expect the Tampines Rovers to make a change here at the break. No news yet from Hougang United. No sign of Danish Siriga. We do see Taufik Suparno stripped and ready to come on. So perhaps that is the change being made by Gavin Lee. Daniel Bennett as well is ready to come on for Tampines Rovers. So a double change by Gavin Lee at the start of this second half as they look to strengthen their grip. Remember, as it stands, Tampines Rovers are top of the table. A delayed start at Jurong East Stadium between Albrechts Niigata and the Young Lions. And we look forward to that blockbuster clash at the weekend. Well, almost title-defining match. And if both Albrechts and Tampines Rovers get the win in this one, it'll be very interesting. More interesting if Albrechts Niigata drop points against the Young Lions. That will really set it up over the weekend as Tampines Rovers travel to Jurong East Stadium. Hougang United back out on the pitch. No changes for them, and here comes the changes for Tampines Rovers. Ryan Sanizal will be replaced by Daniel Bennett. Madhu Mohana will then likely go to right back. And yeah, Danish Siriga, first starts of the season, gets 45 minutes. And in comes Taufik Suparno. Danish will look back at that opportunity in the first half when he had that effort from his right foot, just curled past the post and past Ridwan Barudin. It would have been a dream start for him for his first start at Tampines Rovers. So 2 changes for the Stags, none by Hougang United as we are about ready to kick off the second half. And we have a goal update. 4 minutes from Jurong East Stadium, Albrechts Niigata are 1-0 up against the Young Lions. They've wasted no time, the White Swans. Just get confirmation of the goal scorer. But remember, an 8:45 p.m. kickoff at Jurong East between Albrechts Niigata and Young Lions due to the lightning warning system. And Albrechts Niigata have taken an early lead. So Hougang start this second half attacking from left to right, trying to set up Nazrul Nazari from the off is Fabian Kwok. Here's the Nazrul. There's a cross in. Oh, Bennett adding to the height of the Tampines defense, that's for sure. An very experienced backline. Here's Taufik, the other substitute, taking on Afiq Noor. And he will go toe-to-toe against Afiq Noor. Yasser's ball tries to clip it towards Taufik, who's looking very hungry at the moment. Yasser, cross to Taufik Suparno with a strike, and they make it 2-0. Inspired substitution by Gavin Lee. 40 seconds in the second half, and Tampines Rovers make it 2-0, courtesy of Taufik Suparno. And it worked it well between Yasser and Taufik. I said he did look hungry, Taufik. Well, that's how hungry he is. He gets the goal. Too much space in the penalty area. Plenty of power through the legs of Ridwan Barudin. No chance for the keeper. And 40 seconds into the second half, Tampines Rovers gets a goal. 2-0. Well, that halftime team talk by Clement Teo out the window, that's for sure. Oh, they have to go for it now, 2-0 down. Coming into this with 2 straight defeats, looking at 3 straight defeats for Hougang United. It's Fabian Kwok. And you have to say, if with defeat here, that's a bit goodbye to the hopes perhaps of AFC Cup football next season. One back here by Yasser, who started the second half really brightly. Nakamura. Well, sort of switch on to Irwan Shah. That's well read by Nazrul. He's advanced here, Nazrul Nazari. Cross comes in. Too close to Shazwan Buhari. Well, interesting stat about who the goal scorer perhaps is at Jurong East Stadium as this chance comes forward. It's a misjudgment by Shazwan, and a big opportunity. It's taken so long to get a strike away, and somehow they've not managed to convert at Hougang United. Well, between Farhan and Shawal, somehow they've combined, unable to capitalize it. The ball is still in play, and Taufik in possession. But incredible how they've missed that opportunity there. Shazwan totally misjudging the flight of the ball. Mehmedovic forward here to Taufik. Taufik with his first goal of the season. Inspired substitution by Gavin Lee, but almost paying the price there for sloppiness at the back. News filtering through that Ong Yuen is the goal scorer for Albrecht Niigata, the young Singaporean boy who I believe is having his first start for the White Swans. Following on from Fairoz Hassan's goal over Lion City Sailors in the previous round. Singapore boys getting some action and getting some goals. This sets it up perfectly, doesn't it, for the weekend. The most outstanding game of the season so far. Albrecht Niigata up against Tampines Rovers. First versus second. Title on the line. Shah, back to Baihaki. Here's Mehmedovic. Nakamura. Patient in the build-up. Experience at the back, and between Bennett and Baihaki, they will control things from the back here. And so much quality in midfield with Nakamura, with Mehmedovic, with Shah. Crunching tackle by Irwan Shah and Afiq. Coming through the back of Afiq Noor. There's Hafiz Sujat. Good cross by Haki Kaiser. Needed to get that header away. Shawar Anwar was lurking just behind him. Hafiz will take the throw. Quite static in front of him. Shafiq comes for it. Madu with the interception. Nikesh. Very crowded by that far touchline. Tampines will win the throw and Madu Mohana will take it. Started the game at centre back, and with Daniel Bennett's introduction has gone to right back. Shah's clearance to Kopitovic. Aplin gets the header ahead of Kopitovic. Nikesh can turn. Hafiz. Clip ball by Shafiq. Again by Haki Kaizan in the way. Oh, that passage of play just being played down that far touchline still remains there. And finally they'll just try and change it up here. Aplin to Tan. Naz was waiting on the right touchline. Tries to squeeze the ball through to Afiq. One back by Taufik. Boris is offside. Flag is up. He will round Ridwan. And it's saying no offside. Oh, the flag was up immediately on Boris Kopitovic, and perhaps we will have a better look on the replay. Well, certainly the Tampines Rovers bench feel that that decision went against them. Aplin's ball cut out by Madu. Nakamura brought down. Madu's long ball looking for Kopitovic. And Fabian Kwok trying to drive Hougang United forward here. Hafiz, Shawal. Back to Kwok. Big switch. Give something for Afiq Noor to chase in. Just too much for Afiq to keep in play. Crunching challenge here by Farhan Zulkifli on Irwan Shah. Possession goes to Hougang United. Nothing wrong with a good committed full bloody challenge. Tan. Well, looks up and doesn't see any real option there. Fabian Kwok to Tan. Out wide here to Nikesh. Goes all the way back here to Ridwan. Aplin. Tan. You just need to quicken the tempo. Hougang United, they're all very, very slow for them at the moment. Ball down the line. Oh, this will be something interesting for Baihaki to deal with against the pace of Shawal. Calmly gets it away and somehow works it out between himself and Irwan Shah. Kopitovic holding off Tan. Only challenge coming in by Nikesh on Shah. Yase asking perhaps if that warranted a yellow card. Nathan Chan deciding to keep his cards in his pocket for the second half. Irwan, Taufik, Shah, Mehmedovic, late challenge by Nazrul and Tampines Rovers. On the bench right below us, up in arms, and Nazrul goes into the book. Yeah, it was a naughty challenge, wasn't it, by Nazrul? And it's just frustration, isn't it? 2-0 down. Staring a third defeat in the face. Professional pride takes over for a professional footballer. Especially for Hougang United, who, well, last season were right up there. Challenging. Just faltering away, and they do have the air of a club that just perhaps wants the season to end. Shah does well to prevent the goal kick, and Hougang United will have a throw very, very deep in their own half. And interesting to just see the body language of the Hougang United players compared to Tampines Rovers. The difference between a team that has something to fight for and a team that's just seeing out the season. Shine clearance there by Tan. And a change coming up for the Cheetahs. And Nikesh will be replaced by the returning M. Anumantan from injury. Plenty of rumours on the future of M. Anumantan, with attention coming from Malaysia. Very much a Hougang United player at the moment. Haki's long ball. Irwan does want to keep it in play. Taufik holding it up against Lionel. Nazrul will take the throw back to Tan. Ridwan has to get rid. It's a good kick by Haki, towering over Ishawa. Nakamura, Mehmedovic switches it to the other side to Madu Mohana. Nakamura tried to play Kopitovic with a smart ball. Here's Aplin, who'll try and inspire from the back to Farhan. Up against Bennett. Farhan's good cross. Again by Haki with another important touch. Shazwan claims well. He's come up with several important headers by Haki Kaizan in this match, including the setup, and he will claim the assist as well for Boris Kopitovic for the first. Oh, that's a loose pass by Nakamura. Shawal drew a goal. The strike comes in straight at Shazwan. And Nakamura, we did say in the first half, he did look a little off. Had several misplaced passes and, well, has carried on in that vein in the second half. It's just one of those off days by Kyoga Nakamura. And Madu is offside. Well, as we approach the hour mark, Tampines comfortable at the moment at 2-0. So 0-0 between Geylang and Lion City Sailors, 2-2 between Balestier and Tanjong Pagar, 2-0 here, and 1-0. Albrecht Negata lead the Young Lions. Afiq. Applin to Anu. Gives and goes. Gets the ball back, Anu. Afiq. Lacking inspiration at the moment, Hougang United. So far, Tampines Rovers dealing with the loss of Jordan Webb really, really well. Suppose the big task will be against Albirex over the weekend. Here's Taufik up against Tan. Still with Taufik Suparno. Taufik with a strike! Top save, Ridwan Barudin. The two number 13s going up against each other. It's top-class quality work by Taufik Suparno, matched by fantastic save by Ridwan, taking on Tan. There's a slip in the build-up to this by Applin that just opened it up here for Taufik with a strike. Oh, we couldn't see the great save there by Ridwan Barudin. Nakamura to deliver. Again, it's incredible to me that Afiq Noor is picking up by Haki Kaizan. Ball comes in, looking for Bennett. Shah to Madhu, to Shah. Still with Shah, Shahiran. Can he get the right cross in? Just surrounded by too many bodies. Madhu will win possession back for Tampines. With the flick as well to Yasser Hanapi. Commit the challenge. Will go out for a corner to Tampines Rovers. And two players who know each other really, really well. Yasser and Hafiz Sujat. No harm done. And so they have the added threat of Bennett to aim for Mehmedovic, Kopitovic, by Haki, Bennett, Madhu. Needs the right delivery here from Mehmedovic. We go short here to Nakamura. Will he go for goal? Kyoga Nakamura. Oh, he did go for goal, but just couldn't find the target. A well-worked set piece. Tampines looking to perhaps make another change. There's Nazrul. Good defending by Irwan Shah. Taufik. Long ball, look where Ridwan is. Not the most convincing clearances in the world there by Ridwan. They got away with it, Hougang. I know with a double step over. Oh, that pass doesn't find Afiq Shazwan. Can handle it, so clears it upfield to Yasser. Just can't get the header. Anu. Applin. Lionel Tan. Nazrul hasn't had too many opportunities to race up the pitch. Tan to Applin. Just close down Applin in terms of options that he could look forward to. Anu threads a pass through to Shawal, who then in turn plays Shafiq. Important touch there by Shahiran. Shafiq just bundles Bennett over in the next passage of play, but it's all very neat and tidy by Hougang United, but just lacking that killer touch. As mentioned in the first half, it's nice football around the edge of the area, and they have good players that's suited for that. Just a finishing touch. Nasrul wins the header. Shah, good battle against Afiq. Mehmedovic. Water break upon us in the next 4 minutes or so, in the 70-minute mark. Yase, so good with the close control. Well, we're at a stage of the game where a goal for either side will let us know how this game will shape up for the final 20 minutes. Goal for Tampines and it's game over. Hougang get a goal back. Will really set up a grandstand finish as Kopitovic is bundled over by Kwok. Tampines still in possession. Kopitovic down injured on the edge of the area. They still play on here, Tampines. Just feeling his back in that challenge, Kopitovic. Well, that'll be a worry for Gavin. Well, nothing really in there for me for a penalty shout, but they really want to wrap up Boris Kopitovic in cotton wool if given the opportunity. We know for sure there will be no Jordan Webb against Albirex. They need Boris Kopitovic, who's now joint top scorer with Webb on 7 goals, to be fit. Nakamura with another strike and another top save by Ridwan. There's 2 top saves by Ridwan in a row, and Nakamura denied by the fantastic reflexes of Hougang United's goalkeeper, still awaiting his first goal for the club in the league. Good setup play by Yase, looking for his second assist of the match, but fantastic save by Ridwan. Mehmedovic to deliver. Taufik unmarked on the edge of the area. Madu the header, strong, powerful header as well. Just doesn't find the target, but they're getting more and more opportunities. Tampines Rovers knocking on the door. Yeah, just got ahead of his marker, Madu. And once he got contact with the ball, you thought you'd see the net bulge. Afiq Noor. Nazrul's throw to Tan. Applet tries to find Shafiq. Nakamura wins possession back. Shawal says shoulder to shoulder. Just barged Nakamura off the ball. I do feel if Tampines get another goal, Gavin will make the changes to rest players. Taufik. Mehmedovic can turn if he chooses to, plays it back to Bennett. Nakamura. Space and time to pick a ball out to Kopitovic. That's a good looking ball. Strong defending by Hafiz. Still not out of play, still with Kopitovic into the area, headed away by Kwok. And here's Anu. As they look to break here, Hougang through Shawal. Farhan ahead of him, still with Shawal Anwar, waiting for support. And it will come in the shape here of Shafiq Ghani. Shawal. Anu. Afiq Noor is out wide, finds Nazrul, who will go to Afiq. But they come back in numbers, Tampines Rovers, and they defend it well. And referee Nathan Chan signals for the second water break. Good opportunity for the teams to get some important liquid on board. Here is the story of the game so far. 2 goals, both to Tampines. By Haki, flick on to Kopitovic at the far post. Easiest of finishes for Boris Kopitovic, goal number 7 for the season. Crediting by Haki, and just 40 seconds into the second half, substitute Taufik Suparno doubles the Stags' advantage. A strike too hot for Ridwan Barudin through the legs. And great introduction, inspired substitution by Gavin Lee. Too much space for Taufik in the penalty area, and he will take the goal, the first for the season. That's why Tampines are 2-0 up. Goal update from OTH. Lion City Sailors have taken the lead against Geylang International. We await news of the goal scorer there. Still 2-2 between Balestier and Tanjung Pagar at Bishan. Albrecht Nigata 1-0 up against the Young Lions. A reminder, they kicked off at 8:45 p.m, so into the first half there. Nazrul visits the cross in, touched on by Madhu. Kopitovic. Caught by Hafiz, who will go into the book. Smiles in disbelief, Hafiz Sujat, in receiving that yellow card. 4 yellow cards for Hougang United. Song Yong is the goal scorer for Lion City Sailors as they have a 1-0 lead against Geylang International. Here's Nakamura up against Hafiz. Good skill there by Nakamura. Cross comes in, hacked away by Kwok. Clementio will have to make some changes here as he tries to spy a comeback of some sort here. Bennett. His pass back to Irwan Shah, who moves it on and wins the throw for the Stags. It's all about timing, isn't it? In terms of substitutions, Justin Hui is about to come on for Hougang. Kopitovic to Yase. Gets a strike away. Claimed there by Ridwan. He's come out with some big saves, Ridwan, in this second half. Tan. Nazrul down the right. Farhan providing an option. Here's Applin. Here's M. Anumantan. Possession based for the Cheetahs at the moment. They need to move forward. They need to get some shots on goal. Try and test Shazwan. Applin. Looks for Shawal. And Nathan Chan will give a yellow card. Shafiq Ghani will be replaced here by Justin Hui. Oh, just need confirmation who Nathan Chan was awarding that yellow card to. confirmation that Justin Hui has come on for Shafiq. Loads of space here for Nakamura. And for Yase. Oh, this season taking a toll on Hougang United. They're struggling for legs at the moment. In this compressed season, it really is the survival of the fittest. Madu's ball to Kopitovic. Back to Madu. Mehmedovic. Nakamura. Space down the left here for Irwan. Nakamura. Taufik can't hold on to the ball. Afiq Noor. Just stolen away there. Yasser Hanapi off the feet of Farhan. Anu switch. Good control by Afiq. Kwok looking for options. We'll find it in Anu. Oh, poor ball out. Madu reads it well. And long ball in search of Kopitovic. And between Tan and Ridwan, they deal with it well. Hougang United, they're always on the back foot at the moment, the Cheetahs. They need to move forward the other way. Nazrul, first touch away from Irwan. There's Anu. To Kwok. Back to Anumantan. Well, the earlier yellow card was given to Boris Kopitovic. Bennett just gingerly picking himself up after that blow to the face. With 12 minutes left on the clock, Tampines will be happy to just see this game out. Gavin and Mustafic plotting a change perhaps. It's not been pretty, but it's done the job so far for Tampines Rovers. Mehmedovic to Bennett. Nakamura. Are we about to see the former Hougang United striker, Singapore international Fazrul Nawas, come on for Tampines? It'll be a big moment for him coming against his former club. She doesn't really have too many fond memories of. Big switch by Mehmedovic, looking for Taufik. Chest control is good. Nakamura, Mehmedovic. Still with Mehmedovic. Dinked ball to Yase. Shah strike, snapshot. Clears the bar. A nice football by Tampines as Hougang look to bring two changes of their own. There's Fazrul getting final instructions from Mustafic. Both of them former teammates, of course, at the national team level. Hui. To Aplin. Here's Kwok. Kwok looks for Shawal Anwar, who almost got a touch away from Shazwan, who clears the danger. They have to stay awake at the back here, Tampines Rovers. Nazrul. That was a good idea, a good switch of play by Fabian Kwok. Faiz Saleh and Maksat Jakibaliev. About to come on. Kopitovic is on side here. Up against Aplin. Still with Boris. Oh, doesn't win that battle and just slowly pick himself up and perhaps will be taken off as well. Just to be rested. Fazrul ready to come on. So there'll be changes. 3 changes coming up. 2 for Hougang, 1 for Tampines. Nazrul. Anu. Here's Tan. Here's Kwok. Looking for another good ball. And here are the changes. Afiq Noor will be replaced. And Maksat Jakibaliev comes on for him. And Hafiz Sujad on a yellow will be replaced by Faiz Saleh. No, also just waiting to come on, and he will replace Zainuddin Mehmedovic. We're resting the creative legs of Mehmedovic, and a chance for Fazrul Nawas to prove something against his former employers. Jakibaliev, Shawal. Throw will go Haugang's way. Shawal. Looked for Hui, who will win it back. Here's Justin Hui. Jakibaliev. Tan. Another touch here for Jakibaliev. There was a report in the local papers that said they will play an all-local lineup as Farhan Zulkifli has a heavy touch, gets the ball across goal in search of Shawal. Well, they do look dangerous, creating opportunities, Hougang United. You have to give them that. But they haven't found anyone to just put the finishing touches to these moves. Hui. Madu's ball. We're just losing out on the second balls at the moment, Tampines. Now Hougang getting into it in the final 6-7 minutes here. Another good dummy by Hui, who's looked sharp since coming on. Kopitovic chases down Tan, has to be careful. Ridwan exchanges passes with Tan. Lion City Sailors have gone 2-0 up against Geylang International. Gabriel Kwak, who's in fine form with the Sailors, and the title hopes not over yet, perhaps, for Lion City Sailors, who will have to play Tampines Rovers second last game of the season. It's a tough run-in for Tampines, a must-win game, as I said, in this match. But they have Albrechts, Lion City Sailors, and the Eastern Derby against Geylang International to close off the season. Farhan is offside. Oh, doesn't get much tougher than that for Gavin Lee. Well, the cliche is every match is a cup final. Almost certainly is, with the matches and the quality they're up against. Shazwan taking his time with the restart. Amirul Atli preparing himself, and he will see a few minutes of action here. Taufik running into the brick wall of Kwok. Long ball looking for Shawal, who gets a header above Daniel Bennett. There's just no one in support. And Amirul Ali will be brought on to just shore things up for Tampines Rovers. Let's just see out this match. Shah to Irwan. Still with Shah. Yase keeps it in play. Still with Yase. That's a good play to find Nakamura. Space has opened up for the crossfield ball. It's a super one to Fazrul. Fazrul's cross blocked by Nazrul. Change coming up. And Yase Hanapi, with his captain's role, will take the assist for the goal for Taufik Suparno. Will be replaced. He'll give the captain's armband to Bennett. I'll just head off at the far side of the pitch. So in comes Amirul Atli. Was playing at centre back, almost a three-man defense perhaps. Nakamura sizing a shot up, takes a deflection, still with Nakamura. Well, will he ever get his goal this season? Desperate to get on the score sheet here, Nakamura, as Ridwan releases quickly. Bahaki's clearance only finds Justin Hui. Good challenge there by Fazrul. Madu Mohana. Nakamura is an option down the left. Shah. Here's Bennett, just slowing down the pace of the game. They're not in a rush for anything here, Tampines. They just want to see out the final few minutes. 2 minutes plus whatever the referee decides to add on. And it will be job well done for the Stags. Here's Anu to Faiz. Taufik. Wants the free kick. Anu will try and find Shawal, who hasn't stopped running this entire match. Incredible work rate and fitness by Shawal Anwar. Anu. Kwok. Tan. Kwok once again. Passing neat and tidy by Hougang United. Jackie Baliev provides an option down the right. Anu can't find him. Amr Atli with the clearance, and Petrovic needs a good control here. Does get it. Oh, couldn't find Fazrul Nawas, who was calling out for the ball on the right-hand side. One final change perhaps for Tampines Rovers. Here's Anu. Petrovic still on the ground. Anu. Kopitovic finally getting to his feet. Gonna have a look at the fourth official's board very, very shortly, and he will signal 4 minutes of additional time. Bahaki's clearance not the best. Goes all the way through, but no one lurking at the back stick for Hougang United. Shannon Stephen about to come on for Tampines Rovers to just kill off another few seconds. Here's Shah, who wins the free kick after that challenge from Fabian Kwok. Good to see Shannon Stephen back. has gone through injury hell. And he will replace Madhu Mohana. Lion City Sailors 3-0 up against Geylang International. Half-time at Jurong East, Albrechts Niigata 1, Young Lions 0. Kaishu Yamazaki, the goal scorer for Lion City Sailors. So Song, Gabriel and Yamazaki. There's a touch for Shannon. Bennett. Bahaki. All the way back to Shazwan. They just need to keep the ball here. And Hougang not really pressing Tampines Rovers at the minute. And both teams just settling for the result. 3 defeats in a row for Hougang United, but for Tampines Rovers, the title charge is back on track. Ahead of the big one over the weekend against Albrechts Niigata. Bahaki's clearance will end up being a good pass here for Taufik. Taufik Suparno already on one. Jackie Baliev. Good challenge. Oh, at first it looked like one. And Jackie Baliev not happy with Fazul Nawaz's challenge. Quick free kick taken there by Justin Hui to Farhan Zulkifli. And the referee stops play. He seemed happy to let play on, but was stopped by the assistant referee. It was a quick free kick that was taken. Clementio just being calmed down there by Farhad Mohammed, the 4th official. Confirmation of the yellow card to Fazrul. Kopetovic is offside. He's been caught offside several times. Well, too late surely for a Hougang United comeback, but perhaps time for consolation. 45 seconds left. Anumantan. Switch of play. That's too much on it. Corner prevented, but will be a throw-in. The Tampines Rovers that Shannon Stephen will take in into the final few seconds of the match. Well, they lose it there in a dangerous situation. Clean sheet here will be so important for Gavin Lee as well. Something they've been looking for a long time as well. Shawal, clearance comes. Kopetovic will hold it up to Fazrul. And that's it, job done by Tampines Rovers. Not the prettiest game of football you'll ever see, but the Stags get the job done here at Hougang Stadium. Goals by Boris Kopetovic and Taufik Suparno. Enough for Tampines Rovers to get their title charge back on track. Ahead of the big one against Albrechts Niigata. Lion City Sailors also getting the victory over Geylang International. So the top 3 all doing the business. Half-time at Jurong East Stadium. Albrechts Niigata 1, Young Lions 0. And so it all sets up for a blockbuster weekend as Albrechts Niigata take on Tampines Rovers at the Jurong East Stadium. What a mouth-watering encounter that will be. Taufik Suparno, an inspired half-time substitution. 40 seconds into the second half, 40 seconds after coming on, gets a goal, the second of the match to wrap things up. Tampines Rovers 2-0 winners here at Hougang Stadium. And Hougang United with 3 defeats in a row, back to the drawing board for Clementio. And they do have the body language of a team that's just looking to end the season. Here's a look at the highlights from the match. And Hougang United did look bright at the start with that corner, with that free kick coming in by Shafiq. Kopetovic did play the lonesome role up front and was looking for support for majority of this match without his compatriot, or with his companion up front, I beg your pardon, in Jordan Webb. That free kick from Nakamura. He had several shots, Nakamura, in this match and was equal by Ridwan Barudin. Again, by Haki Kaizan, up against Afiq Noor in a set-piece situation. He will win it all day long. Good flick on to Boris Kopitovic at the far post. And Boris with goal number 7 for the season. Danish Siriga did look bright in his 45 minutes for Tampines Rovers, was hauled off at halftime, but had a golden opportunity to get a goal for the club. Onto his right foot, surely should have beaten Ridwan Barudin and had the net bulge, but just couldn't keep the composure to find the back of the net. And as Aplin had a few forays forward from centre-back for Hougang United and set up Farhan Zulkifli with this opportunity. The ball fell kindly to Shawal, and similar to Danish, should have found the back of the net from that situation. Into the second half, and this was the first chance of the second half. Yase picking out the substitute, Taufik Suparno, with all the space in the penalty area, drilled a shot through the legs of Ridwan Barudin. Fantastic start to the second half for Tampines Rovers, and it was a long road back then for Hougang United, especially after Clement Teoh would have given a very stern team talk during the halftime break, 40 seconds in, and they go 2-0 down. Hougang did look pretty at some points in this match, and Shazwan misread that situation there. How they didn't score from here, I will never know. Between Farhan and Shawal, they just couldn't put the finishing touches to that move. Shawal had an opportunity as well after a loose pass by Nakamura. Shazwan did come up with some big saves, as did Ridwan. Here's Taufik Suparno setting himself up for a fantastic crack at goal, equaled by the acrobatic save of Ridwan Barudin. Madhu would have thought he had a chance to get on the score sheet as well, but his header just wide off the mark. So here's the stats at full time. 5 shots by Hougang, 1 on target. That's not really good enough. 15 shots by Tampines Rovers, 7 on target, 6 corners, 2-1, 3 offsides, 2-1 for Tampines. 4 yellow cards in the end for Hougang United, 2 for Tampines Rovers. But the all-important score, and the one that will put a smile back on Gavin Lee's face, I'm sure, is Hougang United 0, Tampines Rovers 2. So this is how the table looks as it stands. Still not full-time yet at Jurong East Stadium between Albrechts, Niigata and the Young Lions. Albrechts leading by 1-0 at the break. But Tampines Rovers still 2 points behind Albrechts. Lion City Sailors 6 points behind, but that victory pulls them away from Geylang International in that fight for top 3. And Geylang leaving the door open perhaps for Ballister Khalsa and maybe even for Hougang United for that AFC Cup slot. Well, a fantastic game coming up on Sunday. Look forward to that one. Tampines Rovers, their title charge back on track. Albrechts Niigata will be facing them at Jurong East Stadium. Really looking forward to that one. Tampines Rovers do the business here at Hougang Stadium. It's Hougang United 0, Tampines Rovers 2.
Test 1, 2, 3.